The end of December 2018 has been very significant from India's strategic considerations. And internationally, the most important and significant development has been that of the handling of the Chah Bahar port to India. The opening of the first office of Indian Ports Global Limited at Iran's Chah Bahar and the takeover of operations of the Shahid Beheshti port is a milestone in India's regional connectivity, trade game plan, as well as a strategic plan. Chah Bahar port opens up a permanent alternative route for trade with Afghanistan and Central Asia because of the hurdles that had been with respect to rerouting of this entire of the follow-up with Pakistan and through Pakistan. Iran formally handed over the port to India during the first meeting of the follow-up committee for the implementation of the Chah Bahar agreement between Iran, Afghanistan and India in the port city of Tehran. The Indian takeover of the operations in Chah Bahar follows reimposition of the sanctions on Iran by the US after the latter decided to pull out from the multilateral joint comprehensive plan of action, which is also known as the Iran nuclear deal. The US recognized the importance and significance of Chah Bahar and exempted Indian firms involved in the port from any sanctions. Moreover, India was also one of the 8 countries to receive temporary relief on oil imports from Iran. The India-operated port in Iran's Chah Bahar would have been of strategic considerations for several reasons, and that is of strategic consideration. Chah Bahar is crucial because 1. It sits at the mouth of the Strait of Hormuz area and it is at the junction of shipping, oil trade routes and so on. About 1 lakh ships sail through it yearly. Second, it was intended to connect 3 regions, Central Asia, South Asia and West Asia, and it will be doing it so. Third is, while the Chah Bahar port is essential means for commercial purposes and provides transit route to Afghanistan, India can use the facility to monitor Pakistani and Chinese activities in the Indian Ocean region as well as the Gulf to monitor the activities of the Pakistani Navy. Fourth has been, the location of the port is significant as it is located barely 72 kilometers away from the deep sea Gwadr port. Thus, once functional, Chah Bahar was expected to offset China's growing influence and reach in the region, and it will further undermine Gwadar. It is going to be indeed a convenient location for India. Fifth has been, Chah Bahar has hold on 2/3 of world's oil reserves. Chah Bahar port route helps connect India with energy-rich Azerbaijan, Turkmenistan and other Central Asian countries. Chah Bahar will foster closer ties with Iran and allow India to secure cheaper energy imports as well. Moreover, as the 6th point is, the route is 40% shorter, 30% less expensive than the trade via the Red Sea, Suez Canal and the Mediterranean route. The 7th is, in the absence of transit through Pakistan, Iran is India's gateway to Afghanistan. Iran is India's gateway to Central Asia and Russia and beyond. And Chah Bahar is going to be the key element. It has been made a key element now. 8th has been, Indian investment in the port would serve as a link to Dilaram-Zaranj road and that India built in Afghanistan. Chah Bahar port would give India a base to position itself after international troops withdraw from Afghanistan. Indian-built Zaranj-Dilaram road in Afghanistan will connect to the Chah Bahar port via Milak. Iran will financially aid India, and it has been aiding so in upgrading the Chah Bahar-Milak road. The 9th has been, the Chah Bahar-Milak-Zaranj-Dilaram highway will open up the Indian market to Afghanistan farm products and other exports. It will also help combat the scourge of illicit drugs production and export and assist the trade, transport and transit network of Iran. The 10th is Chah Bahar was also intended to provide a link to the planned international north-south transport corridor. This way, it also loops into Russia and countries in Central Asia and Europe as beneficiaries. By generating economic returns, it might help in reducing the political divergence in Afghanistan that has of late emerged between India on one hand and Iran and Russia on another hand. It gives India a stretching heft in the region because it helps bypass Pakistan and build closer ties with Iran and Afghanistan, more so with the Gwadr Canal. 11th had been that Chah Bahar provides the only viable route between and trade route between India and Afghanistan. Pakistan denies the use of its territory by Indian trucks bound to Afghanistan. New Delhi and Kabul explored the option of air corridors, but it is too expensive compared to the maritime route. The availability of Chah Bahar also provides Afghanistan with an alternative to Karachi for its trade with other countries. This will translate to reduced Afghan independence on Pakistan and hence less Pakistani leverage over the domestic policies of Afghanistan. Ostensibly so, and hope so that it happens. Even Pakistan-friendly regimes in Kabul in future can take advantage of the Chah Bahar route. India has developed a Shahid Port with these outcomes in mind and has been given the contract to manage it for 18 months. It will be important to operationalize the port quickly and smoothen the route to Afghanistan. The decision by India, Afghanistan and Iran to hold an international event in February 2019 to promote Chah Bahar and to study ways to make the route more attractive and decrease logistic costs is timely. Companies have registered with the Free Trade Zone Authority in this place. However, all said and done, it's not going to be as smooth as one can think of. The Chah Bahar port has received a waiver from the US sanctions on Iran for the moment, but these concessions could be withdrawn any time, given the constant upheaval in the administration. Second problem that is likely to emerge is the possibility of the withdrawal of US troops from Afghanistan after the pull-out from Syria will add to the security concerns of for Afghanistan and impact on the Chah Bahar route as well, and this is likely to do it. Moreover, and meanwhile, the reconciliation process with the Afghanistan Taliban is likely to see the regional powers, the US and Russia, engaging Pakistan more. Pakistan has to be engaged more largely because Pakistan is unnecessary evil in this place. This could give Islamabad some amount of space to place spoiler in Chah Bahar because Pakistan sees Chah Bahar as a rival warm water port to Pakistan's Gwadr. Fourth is the Afghanistan government is hedging its bets on trade via Chah Bahar because Afghanistan is a landlocked country and that is the only way it can go on to do it. And it is very, very clear in this part. Of course, in recent months, cargo corridors have been opened in China, Kazakhstan, Turkey, Europe, Russia, the UAE and Saudi Arabia, with more trade diverted through them than with traditional partners in Pakistan and India. So, in future, it may not be that Afghanistan can be so dependent on that. But all in all, it is going to be a good news for India, much better news. Because with Chah Bahar, India has done well to keep a place in the intricate connectivity network in the region, and that will go on to help connect a lot of places and a lot of activities as well. Given all the competing interests crisscross over Chah Bahar, it is required that a sustained and nuanced diplomacy keeps on take it ahead and keep India ahead also in this game. The opening of Chah Bahar is not only a good news, the maintenance of it will be even a good news, and its sustainability will be a real job of diplomacy in this case.